Hey, Larry D here, working on a project to make a stove jack for my tent. And what I'm using is Bondo fiberglass cloth. A lot of guys out there use the Walding blankets. You can get them at like Harbor Freight for 27 bucks. This is going into an older tent. It's a total experiment. And honestly, I didn't want to spend that much money on something I might not even, be able to use. And if I was spending 27 for a welding blanket at Harbor Freight, and then the high temp silicone sealant I'm using is about $7. Well, I'm now up to 34 bucks, and for like 10 bucks more, so I can buy a pre-made stove jack that's going to be a lot better quality than what I'm probably making here. So, anyways, what I ended up doing was, if you've ever worked with fiberglass cloth before, like if you've done cars and stuff, it will, the way it's weaved, will pull apart. And you end up with all these little strings, which can be really maddening. Okay? So, what I did was took this sheet of cardboard, taped it down around the edges, and applied a layer of the silicone sealant using the spreader I used actually for plastering a wall. It was like 80 cents or something, Okay, here's the deal. A lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll take the silicone sealant, and you can dissolve it with mineral spirits. So they'll take it, they'll dissolve it with mineral spirits, and then paint it on or roll it on. That's fine. But then I saw Lonnie at Far North Bushcraft. I'll put his link in the description. A little odd to watch, but he's got great stuff. He knows what he's doing. He actually took this stuff and just pressed it in. I did that last night, and it worked really well. This is like a rubbery piece here. Now, there's only one issue. They warn you when applying this sealant, or like any silicone, you get a smell of vinegar, or acetic acid is what it is. They say vinegar, but acetic acid, which is considerably stronger. It's a very, very strong and irritating odor if you have enough surface area to release the acetic acid as it cures. Now, here's the deal. Normally, when you put a bead of caulk in, what? You got a 1/4 inch, maybe a 1/4 inch wide. I've got 1 square foot. Actually, it's more than that because it's like 15 by 15 of surface area here. So the fumes just poured off this thing. I was doing it in the house because it's rather cold out. And I put it on and got it out of the house. Now today I'm going to put it near a vent fan, hopefully be able to suck all the air right past it, get that vinegar smell out of here. They said it takes 20 minutes to go tacky. It still feels rubbery, but 20 minutes to go tacky and 24 hours for a full cure. And they said up until that full cure point, you'll still get the acetic acid smell. So, this is going to be the first look at this, peeling it off. And like I said, I taped it down to hold these strings in, and then treated the fiberglass with the silicone in hopes, and I don't know yet, in hopes that it was going to hold the fabric together. I can flip it and do the other side. Underneath it I put wax paper to hopefully it will not bond to that. So we're going to see. We'll be right back. I'm going to get a pocket knife so I can kind of peel this off of here. Okay, I'm back. We're going to see how it works. I just used regular clear cellophane packing tape. And going to peel that off. By the way, my son's got me this last year for Christmas. It's a CRKT Lake 111. I don't know if they still make it. Wonderful knife. It's got a little lock on it, so the blade will stay put for sure. It's not a liner lock. I'm old school. I like the lock back here. So now let's see what happened here. Try to get an edge up. Oh, didn't stick. I don't think. Yeah, there's a piece of wax paper here. Let's get that off. It stuck to the tape. The wax paper did. I'll leave that tape on there. And it worked. It did not stick to the wax paper, the silicone. And it feels rubbery all the way through. Now I'm going to put another coat on this side. And at this point, all these edges here, which are being held down by the tape, they will also get coated. I'm going to get my fan ready to put this in front of to suck out the smell, and we will go from there. I'm going to trim it down a little bit. But yeah, hey, it permeated. I can see a spot here where the fabric pulled away some. It is sealed. Okay, I'm going to leave that wax paper under here, I think. Make sure we don't. I don't want to go back through any of the, if there's any little holes or anything, and stick to the cardboard with the new stuff on it. Let's get this all straightened out. Hello. There we go. And I got it all flattened out. And I am going to get it ready. Get the fan set up. And then apply it. Again, it was a simple thing. And we are sticking here because the other side's still rubbery and tacky-ish. So it's going to stick. Alright, hang on. Okay, I put my Savage shelf up near the vent. The kitchen vent. We have a wall-mounted unit. That's pretty powerful. So I will be able to take this and set it up there and let the air blow right over it. And this is all it took. Let's make sure you know how sometimes you use it. Yeah. I just put a bunch of it on. Squeegee thing. Squeegee it in. Make sure you press it right in. Now this acetic acid smell is getting like, it's just pouring off of here, man. Make sure you get everywhere. I'd rather have too much of it on than not enough. Force it down into the fabric. Stand here with your eyes burning. And this is how fast I'm getting this done. As fast as humanly possible. Let me put it that way. Now I'm forcing it right into the fabric there. Got a piece of fabric stuck. And no joke, this stuff is like choke you out, man. Okay. And now it's going to be to the fan. before I croak in here. Like I said, I have a platform set up there in front of the vent fan. So that was it. And we're going to see how it works out, man. You know? And hopefully well. Got it all the way to the edges. Got it everywhere I need it to be. I can see it on here. So, okay, we'll see what happens. And this will be an ongoing thing. So when this is done, then it's going to get mounted into the tent. And from there, I'll determine where exactly I need my hole for my vent pipe. That's when I'll cut that out. So that's next, but this has got to dry. Okay, I'm back. It's been a couple days since I coated this. And as you saw right before this, what I did was I coated one side, let it dry, took 24 hours for it to cure, flipped it over. The silicone had pressed right through when I used the spatula thing, and I was able to bond that new layer of silicone on the other side. It worked great. This, by the way, this piece of cardboard is the outline of the area where I'm going to be going in the tent. So this gives me an semi-idea of what my placement's going to be. Now, what worked really well here, like I say, is the bonding process. But I was concerned trying to run this through a sewing machine, which I'm not a great sewing person, that the surface of the silicone is so grippy that it would grab either the foot or the bottom of the sewing machine. So what I did on the other side was I went down to the fabric store and picked up some iron-on hem tape and bonded it to this side. So when I put it in the tent, it will go like this side in. You'll have the tent fabric underneath, which will slide, you know, it's nylon, it's going to glide right over the bottom of that sewing machine. The foot of the sewing machine is going to ride on here. I'll be sewing this edge right up here, because I'm going to want it to be close to this edge. And then when I open up the hole on the far side, I'm going to make a hem and fold that up against the other side and stitch from the outside in. So I'll have two lines of stitching here. But yeah, it worked extremely well. Had I dissolved the silicone in mineral spirits, which, as I had said, some people do, it might have permeated or penetrated the fiberglass fabric better. I'm not sure. But like I say, this worked extremely well. It came out nice and smooth. This is the first side I did. It's absolutely flat. Over here, I ended up catching a couple fibers in the silicone while I was putting it on. But again, it's bonded extremely well. And so this is going to go on the tent. This side in. This will be the outside. Once I get it placed, I'll be able to check where I want my stack to go out, mark it, and cut it. And that should be it. You know, there's some thought of putting a silicone collar here in the center. I don't know. I was looking at some of the other guys out there, and you can go right through. This is silicone. It's a high-temp silicone. I'll put that in the description. It's good for continuous, I think it was 500 degrees exposure. So it should be fine. If not, we'll go, you know, we'll start again. But, yeah, so this is going to go on the tent. That's going to be the next step. Getting it set on the area I'm putting it and stitching it in. So it's worked out extremely well so far. Total cost has been about $10. It's including the hem tape. So I had a 50% off coupon. And the fabric, the fiberglass fabric that I bought, I picked it up at Walmart. It was about $4. And I've got 3 times this left. So if I need to make more, I can obviously do so. But yeah, again, just press the silicone on. It worked really well. I put this tape on so it'll slide in the sewing machine. And the next step is putting it in the tent, and that'll be in the next vid. And let's hope everything goes as well there. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe. Say you like it. Tell your friends, your family. But do me a favor. Subscribe if you like it. If not, I hope I give you some information you can use, because that's what the bushcraft and outdoor community is all about, is just helping each other out. So, have a good day, and thanks a lot. We'll see you in the next video where I'm putting it in the tent.